Join me as I unravel a little-known Hollywood tale, one that blends childhood fame, unexpected friendship, and a quiet act of courage that helped protect a young star when she needed it most. Long before social media, paparazzi swarms, and security teams were standard for celebrities, fame could be a far lonelier and riskier experience, especially for kids. In the late 80s and early 90s, Drew Barrymore was growing up in the spotlight, navigating a world that adored her talent, but didn't always respect her boundaries. Around the same time, twins David and Donnie Nelson were carving out their own space in entertainment, gaining recognition, and building a reputation as grounded, approachable kids in an industry that often wasn't either of those things. What few people realize is that their paths crossed in a way that would quietly change Drew's sense of safety and trust. What began as casual hangouts quickly grew into an unlikely but deeply meaningful friendship, one that proved invaluable during a difficult chapter in Drew's young life. As Drew transitioned from child star to teenager, attention around her intensified. Not all of it was harmless. Some men crossed lines that should never have been blurred, showing up uninvited, sending unsettling gifts, lingering too long, and refusing to take no for an answer. What might have seemed like overzealous fans to outsiders felt far more threatening to Drew. She couldn't go shopping, see a movie, or simply exist in public without feeling watched. Her family was understandably alarmed. Drew, meanwhile, just wanted something painfully normal, the freedom to be a kid without fear. But the entertainment industry at the time offered little protection. Fame was glamorous on the surface, yet underneath it was isolating and, at times, dangerous, especially for someone so young. That's where the Nelson twins came in. David and Donnie weren't bodyguards or authority figures. They were just friends, good ones. Known for being genuine and level-headed, they treated Drew like a regular person rather than a celebrity. They went to the mall together, caught movies, joked around, and shared moments that felt refreshingly normal. But it didn't take long for them to notice something was wrong. When Drew opened up about the men who kept showing up and wouldn't leave her alone, the twins didn't dismiss her fears or brush them off as part of fame. They believed her, and more importantly, they acted. Without making a big show of it, David and Donnie began quietly looking out for her. They showed up when she was out, stayed close in public, walked her to her car, and made sure she got home safely. Their presence alone was often enough to deter unwanted attention. It wasn't dramatic or flashy, it was steady, reliable support at a time when Drew desperately needed to feel protected. Then came the moment that cemented their bond. One day, the men who had been bothering Drew pushed things too far. Instead of backing away, the Nelson twins stepped forward. Calm but firm, they confronted the situation head-on. They made it clear that Drew wasn't alone, and that the behavior wouldn't be tolerated. There was tension in the air, but the twins didn't flinch. Their message was unmistakable: back off. That confrontation marked a turning point. The harassment stopped, and Drew finally felt like she could breathe again. For her, it wasn't just about feeling safe, it was about feeling seen, believed, and supported. The impact of those moments stayed with her. In an industry where trust can be hard to come by, the Nelson twins showed what real friendship looks like. They didn't expect credit, publicity, or praise. They simply did what they felt was right. Over time, fame pulled them all in different directions, but the bond they formed during those years never faded. They weathered the highs and lows of growing up famous, carrying with them the knowledge that, when it mattered most, they had each other's backs. It's easy to think of Hollywood friendships as shallow or temporary, but stories like this remind us that real loyalty can exist even in the most surreal environments. Sometimes, the biggest difference in someone's life comes not from grand gestures, but from friends who quietly refuse to let you face fear alone. If this story surprised you, share your thoughts in the comments. And if you love hearing about unexpected celebrity friendships, don't miss our deep dive into the unlikely bond between Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson. Thanks for the watching and subscribe.